Early in the morning of October 10th, we set out for Mena and the Oklahoma border. Me, Jesse Amos, your photographer, Michael Buckner of THV 11 Digital, and award-winning photojournalist Bree Conyers. West of Mena, we parked on this dirt road. As we set up the shot to begin our journey, a truck pulls in. A man and his wife are on their way to see his brother. Now, is he in Arkansas or is he in Oklahoma?
Yes, this road is actually the border right there.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. So when he tells people where he lives, what's he say?
They're in Arkansas.
On the border of Arkansas and Oklahoma. Now, where are y'all from?
Yes, Vandervoort, south of Mena.
Well, we're headed to Memphis. Y'all want anything?
Winning lottery numbers would be greatly appreciated.
First job is to reset the odometer. Here we go. Big moment on the trip. Boom. Mena to Memphis, the 11-mile masterpiece. Let the adventure begin. We need to tell you the rules of the road, beginning with the road. We would travel back roads only. We'd stop at 11 miles, making sure it was safe. Then Jessie would get out, get to take a picture of something she saw that spoke to her. She only got to take one picture, and we all agreed it was her decision. We had no influence. Let it be a surprise. Did you get it?
Yep.
Normally, when you take a road trip in television, you go cover something. But on this road trip, we're uncovering something. Now that's profound. Stopping every 11 miles meant we didn't stop in Mena, but just past town we found not a dirt road, the dirt road. If you were a dog, this is how it would have looked. On one stop, we visited with some dogs. Just outside of Washita, that's Washita, we met a woman who saved a box turtle. You got it? You saved a turtle's life.
Yes,
Oh,
I did.
I'm about to be roadkill. Oh my gosh.
You've never come to see us.
Well, we're going every 11 miles. We're stopping and taking a picture of wherever it is every 11
Okay.
miles is. And
Okay.
here you came. Okay, for the record, we're not lost. We just got to make sure we're going the right way. Is 298 up that way?
298, you go to the stop sign, turn your left, pass our line,
So it's that way.
go like 2.5.
We got it. Thank you. Down to Mountain Valley, where we would stop right at the front door of a vintage mall with a purpose.
This store helps benefit Teen Challenge of Arkansas, and so this helps provide funding to keep our operation going because we don't charge for the guys to come into our recovery program.
I wanted to buy something.
There's a motorcycle over there that you could,
Well, we'll have to disassemble it. I decided to get a car instead. We could never stay anywhere long. From the entrance of Hot Springs Village, past Fountain Lake, to a front door of a curious resident off Highway 5. Nope, we're just having a good time going every 11 miles. And once again, the odometer would dictate driving right through Benton and Bauxite, but stopping in Sardis. We were missing the towns. Through East End, past photo op graveyards and factories, and eventually, we'd stop at the front door of a place that could have been named for me, the B&S Tavern.
I didn't know royalty was coming.
I quickly explained to everybody what we were doing. Our latest stop is this place.
We had turkey and dressing today.
This is homemade.
Yes. No, it's good.
What are you doing Thanksgiving?
Right here.
What if I brought my family here?
Bring them on.
A tavern with character, full of characters. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Like we did with every stop, we reset the odometer, went up Arch Street Pike, past the houses on Broadway, Mount Holly Cemetery, over the Broadway Bridge, past Argenta, never stopping in either Little Rock or North Little Rock. We'd hit 11 miles on the outskirts of Rose City at the front door of the VFW hut. Hey, y'all. Hey! Can we put y'all on TV or will your preacher be watching? No, we don't, man. Come on. I told them the whole story. Guess who our latest 11-mile mark was? Y'all. And this is where day one ended. Full of beauty, compassion, togetherness, and mystery. Whatever the pictures show, one thing was already apparent. This is just so cool. Never had a TV assignment been so much fun. Dawn, as seen from the front door of VFW Hut 10442 in Rose City. And today the mission is, we go up Highway 70 all the way to Memphis. Please observe our rules. We only travel back roads. We stop every 11 miles so Jessie Amos can take a picture. She only gets one shot every stop. Once she has her photo, we get back in the car, reset the odometer for the next 11-mile journey. That's Jessie on the right and photojournalist Bree Conyers driving the car. And that's the gorgeous Highway 70 sunrise outside Lone Oak, as captured by Michael Buckner of THV 11 Digital. First stop of the morning, a soybean field, the Fletcher farm near Lone Oak. We know because Bill Fletcher himself came out to see what in the heck we were doing. And he ended up giving us a ride out to the fields to one of his favorite spots on the farm that had become popular with city folk.
And all of our friends from Little Rock came out. They don't get to see farms. They're as ignorant as you are about the farm.
The Fletcher Farm Pumpkin Patch. On the day we were there in early October, they were planning a big pumpkin patch party.
We don't charge anything. We collect canned goods for the food pantry.
The pumpkin party has produced over 1,500 pounds of non-perishable food over the last 3 years for Lone Oak County food pantries. We couldn't stop anywhere for very long. Reset the odometer and wonder where the next 11 miles would take us. And what we uncovered was how spread out Arkansas towns really are. Stopping every 11 miles meant we wouldn't stop in Lone Oak, or Carlisle, or in Hazen, or in Devall's Bluff. We always seemed to hit 11 miles just outside of town. But rules were rules. Our system took us over the White River. Though we were well into our second day of seeing Arkansas this way, we would still get excited over what the next stop would show. But at a stop just outside of Wheatley, we visited our first graveyard. We had seen plenty of them along the way. The crops in the fields of the morning turned to kudzu, the telltale sign this was Forest City. But again, we hit the 11-mile mark just outside of town, where a country store was celebrating its grand opening. Is this the grand opening today or this week?
This week, yes.
How long has this business been open?
About a month.
Really?
Yes.
And how's business been?
Been slow, but getting a little customer here and there, but not that much.
Well, as the word spreads, it'll pick up, right?
Hopefully so.
I decided to help out and do some low-carbohydrate shopping. No, I was looking for pork skins. The clerk is a full-time student who handled the surprise visit from a Little Rock TV crew pretty well.
It's pretty tough, but I'll make it.
Oh, yeah, you will. Well, good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Taking a road trip this way makes you rethink road trips. At this spot off Highway 70, we're just a few hundred yards from Interstate 40. Look how fast the traffic's going. They don't have the luxury of taking the time like we do to stop every 11 miles and appreciate what's there. Wouldn't you know it, the last Arkansas town would be the only one we'd stop in. We hit 11 miles at the West Memphis Country Club. Somebody's not very good. We got some wild shots, and look at this one. Look at that. Now that's what I call a slice. We had only one last shot we wanted. It meant crossing into Memphis. The Mississippi is seen from Riverfront Park in Memphis. We hadn't quite gone 11 miles, but hey, Jessie wanted her last shot from here. Okay, well that, and we wanted some barbecue from Central Barbecue downtown. At the entrance to that popular place, there are all these stickers with slogans on them. And while in line to get in, we saw one that summed up the last 2 days perfectly. You really don't need a sign to tell you, you know, even if you've been here for a small time. The green and the gate sheltering unseen livestock will say enough, as will the barn under the wires, agriculture no longer isolated from technology. Vigilant dogs under a shade tree can bark it to you. This is Arkansas, where pride can come from the simplest acts, like saving the box turtle, and Jesus is consistently brought to your attention on a sign, or maybe a road in a heavenly forest, well-traveled, rutted, natural, and necessary. And the people who are conscious of boundaries will all tell you, this is Arkansas. Rural is not backward. It contains its own sophistication, and the colors in a small valley make it impossible to take fields for granted. The prominent reminders of hard work, emergency response on tap in isolated suburbs say it. This is Arkansas. Late in the afternoon, people gather in places, humble on the outside, but America reflected on the inside. All who enter are family, south of the city and northeast of the city, where veterans gather to straighten out the world, the voices of men and women who have traveled to meet trouble, but return to a state of abundance and sharing. The mountains of the west that give way to the fields in the east, and the flatness with its own particular form of beauty say it. This is Arkansas. The man-made monuments that say hello, or just up the road that say goodbye, or over a bridge that fill a space that begs for personality and color. Back ends of businesses eking out their own version of the American dream. It is there between the boards and the fence, or down that dusty road that leads to a bumper crop of hope, which means when you finally cross the river, you may leave Arkansas, but it never leaves you.